everyone, it is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we got another old school versus new school. So I knew the Ambiance palette reminded me of some palette in my collection that was older than the Flora palette and the Velvet Dust palette. So as soon as I opened up and actually looked at it, I had to immediately pull out my Good Sport, because honey, Colourpop served with this palette. I remember getting it when it first came out. This is still one of my all-time top 10 favorite Colourpop palettes of all time. If you saw my top 10 ranked palettes video, I think this was in it. I'm quite sure it's in it because this is literally one of my all-time favorite palettes from the brand. So as soon as I saw the color story and how similar it was to my Ambiance palette, I was like, we need to pull it all out. We need to have old school versus new school, because I want to give y'all another cult classic, black girl friendly version of cult classic products. So I'm definitely feeling like this could be giving and serving. They gave us a another version of Good Sport, because obviously the formula on this might be a little old, but we still gonna use it because this is one of my all-time favorite Colourpop palettes. This is one of them Colourpop palettes like I ain't never letting go. I don't care what you say. This finna stay in my collection forever. But we're gonna try it out against the Ambiance palette from Ace Beauty. So without further ado, let's start talking about these palettes. So like I said, this is my cult classic, one of my all-time favorite Colourpop palettes ever. I mean, the formula on this was amazing. The color story is unique and fun as opposed to what they normally do, which is a lot of neutral, a lot of monochromatic. So I was feeling it just because of that. There's not too much to say about this. They discontinued it, unfortunately, and I was distraught, disturbed, very upset. I'm still upset now if you can't tell, but Ace Beauty has come through in the clutch to save us all. So shout out to you, Ace Beauty, and we're gonna see how the formula is. Now with this one, this is literally my first time trying it with you all on camera, so I don't have too much to say about it because I ain't tried it, girl. I don't know. I know I like all the other formulas, all the Ace Beauty palettes I own. Like I like the Tropical Vibes palette, I like the Oceanic palette, I like the the Flare palette. So I like a lot of the palettes I've tried from them. I like the two mini palettes I tried this year. I like the Palettopoly palette. So every palette I have tried from this brand, I like ever since they changed their formula. And I'm excited to see how this one's going to compare to my Good Sport palette. Because honey, it's definitely giving the color story of Good Sport. So I want to see if it's going to give the quality of Good Sport. Because if it does, honey, I'm going to tell everybody who missed out on Good Sport to go grab this. And it's going to be in a few other videos just singing its praises. So let me zoom you on in real quick and cute like. Now y'all know this palette is like super old, and I'm not gonna try to make people mad with it by using this one on camera. And like I said, this is my first time using this one, so I just want to use it on camera with you all. So I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order with this Good Sport. Then I'm gonna come back with swatches on my arm. Y'all know the drill. It's gonna be Colourpop, Ace Beauty, Colourpop, Ace Beauty. There you go. But I'm gonna go off camera and get my life in order, girl, and I'll be right back. What's on my eyes right now is actually a battle of the blushes on my cheeks is from that Marielle collection that I did by Black Friday, Cyber Monday, just because it's Tuesday haul on. I finally tried some of the stuff from there, so I tried the blush. And I tried one of the lipsticks earlier, but I went to work and I ate lunch, and you know, we put on Vive's lipstick from her brand. This is actually the name of the lipstick, Vive. And I have on her concealer as well. This is the battle of on the eyes. I am battling Natasha against Nomad. Can you tell which one is which? I tried the new Hudson Valley palette with you all as well. So there's a lot of new fun stuff that has already come, and this is part of the new fun stuff that you will be seeing in 2023. Because I pre-film like a crazy person for when it snows, because I need to be prepared. Anyway, said all that, still didn't go off camera, so we're gonna do that now. I'll be right back, girl. Okay, y'all. So this is the look we came up with the Good Sport palette. So here are the shades that we're going to use. This is Good Sport, then Ace Beauty, Good Sport. I'm sorry, Colourpop, Ace Beauty, Colourpop, Ace Beauty, Colourpop, Ace Beauty, Colourpop, Ace Beauty. As you can see, the majority of tones actually look quite similar. So I'm excited about this because if I got a Good Sport alternative I can compare and give to you all, then you know I'm all here for it. Because if you all remember, Good Sport is like one of my all-time favorites. I'm just over there like, yes! If it truly works out 100% like I'm hoping, honey. Like I would have made my own day with that. So I'm gonna start off with this shade right here. Then this shade is the Outer V shade. This is the crease shade. These two shades are gonna be the lid shade, and then this is gonna be the inner corner shade. I didn't put the inner corner shade in yet on this side because I'm gonna try to use one brush to get both these done, because I'm just like, you know, I'm not trying to wash a million brushes tonight, even though I'm gonna have to wash still quite a few brushes, just because I have done like, I'm doing 4 different eye looks tonight, and then I still gotta do more eye looks tomorrow, because since I have so many ideas and so many different palettes I haven't compared to other palettes, and new palettes always coming out, and y'all know me, I'm buying new palettes constantly. Just try to help you compare them to old palettes if we already have in our collection, just to save you some coins, girl. I got at least like a box of like 15 to 20 more battle of those, or old school versus new schools, or underrated versus overrated to go through, or my top 10 palettes, or sorry, my top 10 favorite palettes from. So I got several videos like that I need to film. So those are the new series for 2023. I can talk about it now because you all have already seen a few of them, but I got a whole box in the corner. Now mind you, I'm filming this like December the 16th, but I got like already hit filmed like at least 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 intros that I'm gonna have going up throughout the year. So get used to seeing these type of videos, because girl, I got a mountain full of them. I'm just trying to film whenever I have time off from work, because y'all know it's rare I have time off from work. I usually have the weekends, and since work is slower right now, as weird as it is, because you think it'd be busier because it's, you know, holidays. It's not. So I'm taking full advantage while I can, because once it starts speeding back up, you know, like, I might not have as much time to film or feel like filming, and you know, I don't want to. I'm the type of person where I have a routine. I'm used to doing something. When I get thrown off my routine, and I'm not. Look how similar these looks look right now. Yes. Anyway, I'm one of those people that, like, once I have a routine and a pattern, I like to follow it. So it's like, it's actually Friday morning. I would normally be filming Friday night, but since I got off work early enough and I need to go get my car fixed, the shop that I go get my car, well, not fixed, I need to get an oil change and get my tail lights changed, my blinker lights. Both of them are doing the flickering noise, so y'all know that means it's time to change it. So since that's happening, I want to go ahead and just get it done. So I was like, since I need to get the oil change this week and I get paid this week, I'm gonna do that. So I'm just spending the night here at my grandmother's house, so that way I can get up in the morning at like 9 a.m. take myself down to get my oil change on my car, and call it a day. Okay. But yeah, those look so similar. I'm here for it. Yes, 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 Ace Beauty, give it to me. And the formula is just amazing on these two. But look, tell me these colors don't look the same. They look exactly the same so far. Let's go into this darker shade now. We'll put on the outer V and see how similar that looks. I feel like this one looks a little more greenish gray than the Colourpop side, but again, still, just the fact that they look so similar. I'm like, did Ace Beauty make us a good sport palette? Because they heard everybody complaining about good sport going out, and they was like, say less. Let us show you how it's done in better. Because, I mean, so far, they're literally looking identical. I'm only curious how the shimmer shades on the lid are going to look, because I feel like there's only a subtle difference with these, but it's giving you that dual chrome situation. And since the Ace Beauty ones are already dual chrome shades, I feel like they're going to look even better on the lid. And they have that wet metallic foily looking color, just like the Colourpop ones do. I was about to say Color Rain. So I'm really, really excited to get these shimmers on the lid, honey, because I'm like, if they looking the same too, honey, Ace Beauty gonna, you know, just get everybody's coins, and we just gonna get rid of the old Colourpop ones. And like, this is one of my all-time favorite Colourpop palettes, but it's getting kind of old. I mean, it still performed well, as you can see. The eye looks fire, but I'm like, you know, when you swatch her, she's real disrespectful, because, you know, she's old. You know, she's old. She's at least, like, I want to say 3 years old. At least. Don't quote me. I don't remember exactly how old she is, but, you know, she's getting up there, girl. Pretty soon I feel like she's gonna have to retire, but she's still a classic. And she's gonna go on my Cult Classics video for brown girl friendly stuff. So not that it's not brown girl friendly, but it's like, it's still an available brown girl friendly one that I feel like everybody loved from the past, so that's why I want to put it in there. Anyway, let's start off with green, because I started off with green on the outer V on the other look, so, you know, we're just gonna follow suit and do it on this side too. The only thing is, I feel like these shimmers are a bit deeper, so just bear that in mind. See, yeah, look, this shimmer is deeper than, sorry, it might be a little lighter than the green on the other eye now that I think about it, because I feel like that one blends in a little bit lighter. Could just be me though, girl, I don't know. So I'm gonna literally just put it halfway on the eye, so I'm gonna put it like halfway down here. So I got one more eye look to do tonight. I'm trying to decide if I should push myself to do some more, because y'all don't understand, it's a box of like at least 15 to 20 palettes that I have to do this with. So I'm just over here like in my mind crying like, no, why? But at the same time, I'm like excited, because I'm like, that means the new series is gonna have lots of, you know, comparisons for you, and I tried to make sure it was comparisons I didn't do before in the past. So that's another reason I'm excited, because I'm like, I'm not giving you like repeat comparisons. I'm giving you different comparisons of different things. Or I just did overrated versus underrated and showed you the product, but I didn't actually give you an eye look. So that's why I'm excited about the ones I'm doing now with this old school versus new school series. Because plus it's a miniature version of the eyeshadow versus when you think about it. Because, ooh, honey, look how similar they look. Honey. Yes, Ace Beauty, yes. Just taking the burgundy and dusting over the top. Honey. Honey. Honey, child, baby girl. Honey. Okay, let's go for this inner corner shade now. So what I did was I mixed this shade and this shade together to make a shade similar to the one from the Colourpop palette, because it's more of on the bronzier side. I feel like this one doesn't give enough bronze and it's a little satiny. So we start off with that shade, Aura, and then I mix Candlelight in the middle with it to give it more of the effect that I feel like the Colourpop side is going to have. Now the Colourpop side is much more glittery and sparkly in tone. If y'all saw from the swatch on my hand, it has like beautiful reflective glitters in it. So I mean, the Ace Beauty shade isn't topping that one, but like all the other shades, I feel like they look similar enough to where it's like, honey, you can't tell these are two different palettes. Tell me you can tell, other than like the fact that the shimmer on this eye is brighter and the inner corner is different. Otherwise, you're not gonna lie and tell me you can tell the difference. Cause girl, you can't. You can't. You can't. Anyway, let's back on up and talk about my thoughts, girl. Y'all been turned the wrong way this entire time. Ooh, oh well. So when it comes to this palette, honey, Ace Beauty blew it out the water. I mean, it is literally just about a absolute copy of my Good Sport palette. So you don't know how happy I am that I got this palette. Because the funny thing is, when I first saw it, I wasn't that excited about it. But I'm so glad I dig in my collection in the middle of the night. I'm telling y'all, I'll be up here like, when I get off work, I'll just randomly be sitting there watching somebody's YouTube videos trying to fall asleep. And I'll think of like ideas like this. And I'm so glad I thought about this, because this is my all-time favorite Colourpop palette. I told y'all if I could recommend discontinued Colourpop palette, this would definitely be it. So the fact that I found a dupe from a black-owned brand that I absolutely love, honey. I mean, I clearly you can see the excitement in me. And needless to say, the new school has won. Honey, it won. You're not telling me you can tell the difference other than the fact that this is more reflective. And it is dual chroming, so it's actually doing a double dual chroming situation, because I put two dual chromes together. You can't tell me. You cannot tell me. Okay, that's how excited I am about this. You don't even understand. Like, I've been hoarding this palette for so long, hardly ever using it, even though I love the color story because it gives you gorgeous colors like this. But it's like I didn't have anything to give y'all an alternative to until now. So if you love the Good Sport palette from Colourpop, honey, step it on down and go grab this Ace Beauty Ambiance palette. I will be doing reels on this, comparing this. It's going to be an underrated versus overrated. I'm telling y'all, honey, it's going to be in the 5 alternatives to limited edition palette. It's going to be everywhere you look on this channel, because I am just so excited that I got me a Good Sport dupe from a black owned brand. Also, use code Cage Makeup when you get it. Okay, thank you so much. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.